Yo, what up, y'all? Where y'all feel? How y'all feeling? Where y'all checking in from? Panther, what's up? Drop how y'all feeling and where y'all checking in from, man. I'm finna get started in a minute, y'all. All right, so listen, please share this out with your parents. Anybody who know you got kids. I'm about to get started. And okay, so what we politicking on today is 5 steps to initiate the sex talk with your kids. Okay. I know a lot of people have problems with this and struggle with this, so we just finna get right into it. All right? Number 1 is going to be choose an appropriate time and find a quiet and comfortable moment when you and your child can talk about the talk without any interruptions. I think that's a big one for most parents because most parents don't feel comfortable having that conversation with their children, and they definitely don't make it a safe space. Most times what how it goes is the parents find out some kind of miraculous way that their children are sexually active, and then they just get mad at them and choose to beat on them or put them on punishment. And that's not creating a safe space for them. That's just making them want to hide things from you. That's going to make them more sneaky. Well, my mom's going to get mad at me if she finds out I'm doing the same things that she was doing when she was 16 or 15, or my daddy was doing the same things at 14 years old with somebody else's daughter. But he's going to judge me for it because I'm just a kid living in this existence and I'm having a human experience. So number 1, you want to create the appropriate time and find a quiet space for y'all can sit down to have those conversations. Right? Number 2, now it depends on this depends on the age of your child. Me personally, I'm raw. But number 2 is going to be to use age appropriate language and tailor your language to your child's age, providing information in a way that they can understand. I think that was pretty self-explanatory. You definitely want to make sure they understand whatever it is that y'all politicking on, whatever it is y'all politicking about. You want to, if your child is younger, I started my child at a very young age. So yeah, we have them real conversations that most parents are scared to have, because I'm just transparent. But you want to use age appropriate language so they can understand it. Like I said, y'all, that's self-explanatory. Peace to everybody checking in, man. Where y'all checking in from? How y'all feeling today? Step 3, you want to ask open-ended questions. Ask open-ended questions. Encourage your child to engage, right? Share your thoughts. Open-ended questions and share your thoughts and creating conversations rather than a lecture. That's a big part of it, y'all. You want to share your thoughts rather than lecture them. Like I said, again, I'm going to say it again. A lot of times if you lecture them, that's going to cause them to be sneaky. That's going to cause them to hide things from you. That's going to cause them to, I don't know, they're just not going to feel comfortable. Don't nobody want to get fussed at. Don't nobody want to get yelled at. Especially, they don't want to get yelled at. So you want to ask them open-ended questions, share your thoughts, and make it a safe space, all right? Now, step 4, you're going to share your values. You're going to share your values with them, right? It says discuss your family's values and beliefs about relationships, consent, and respect to provide a foundation for their understanding. You want to talk to them about all the things your family values, consent, age-appropriate consent, right? Because we know a lot of times they have teachers in school. Your children are in public school. We know, as I've showed many times over, that children, they be in school and they be teachers that's trying to have sex with the students. I ain't got to go deep on that topic, but y'all, I'm pretty sure everybody has seen those posts. Everybody has seen those news reports where the teachers were sleeping with the students. So you want to discuss consent. You want to discuss protection during this time. You want to discuss STDs during this time. You want to discuss pregnancies during this time. You want to discuss anything, the bad side of what can happen if they choose to have sex too early, right? You want to get all that out of the way, right? Number 5, be available for follow-up conversations. Let your child know the conversation is ongoing and they can come to you with the questions or concerns at any time. That's big. That's major. It's not going to be a one size fits all conversation. You're going to have to tailor that conversation and allow them to come back and feel comfortable with you and safe with you to revisit that conversation anytime they feel the need, anytime they get ready. That's major because oftentimes, like I said, parents don't make a safe space for them to have these conversations. They don't make it a safe space. They just literally be like, okay, don't do it because I told you to. And yeah, when I was your age, I did the same thing, but you better not do it because I'm your daddy, I'm your mama. That's not the way to do that, y'all. That's not the way you handle that. You want to let them know, hey, look, this is natural, but it can be dangerous. It can be, bad things can happen if you don't do this responsibly, right? Because you're not here to control them. You're here to guide them. So you want to be available for them to come back to you. As a matter of fact, I would say if your child is thinking about it, they should be able to come back to be like, look, dad or mom, I'm thinking about losing my virginity to so-and-so. What's some tips you can give me on, you see what I'm saying? Most people, like I say, I haven't met a parent yet other than myself who actually, their children was actually comfortable with them having a sex talk with them. Haven't met them. And what's the reason behind that? Because we choose to try to dictate, you better not do this. You better not do that. If I catch you doing this, if I catch you doing that. No. Because all that's going to cause them to do is go behind your back, and it's going to happen regardless. So let's recap real quick, y'all, for everybody that's just coming in. So 5 steps on initiating the sex talk with your kids. Number 1, choose an appropriate time. Find a quiet and comfortable moment when you and your child can talk without interruptions. That's major. Number 2, use age-appropriate language and tailor your language to your child's age, providing information in a way they can understand. That's number 2. And y'all can screen record this if y'all need to. If y'all need it, y'all can definitely screen record or screenshot. You ain't got a screenshot, but screen record. What is the number 2? Number 3, ask open-ended questions. Encourage your child to share their thoughts by asking, I messed that up. Ask open-ended questions. Encourage your child to share their thoughts by asking open-ended questions and creating a conversation rather than a lecture. Remember, conversation rather than a lecture. You do not want to lecture them. You don't want to tear their head off and come, you better not do this, you better not do that. That's not going to work, y'all. That's just going to make them sneaky. Number 4, share your values. Discuss your family's values and beliefs about relationships, consent, and respect. Provide a foundation for their understanding. You want to provide a foundation for their understanding. What does that mean? You want to let them know, look, I'm your parent. I have no control over you doing anything, over any decisions that I have no control over any decisions that you decide to make with your body. But if you are going to make decisions with your body, I want you to be safe. I want you to be safe. I want you to be careful. I want you to make the best decision possible so you can you don't have to deal with the bad side of this, right? What up, y'all? How y'all feeling? Where you checking in from? Right? But you want to assure them to know, hey, this is your body. I know you're having some feelings. You might be going through puberty, but I want to make sure that you are safe when you decide to make these decisions. I don't want you being reckless with your body or irresponsible with your body. It is your body, so you definitely want to discuss consent, right? Especially if you got daughters. Sons too, though. And number 5, y'all, the final one. Be available for follow-up conversations. Let your child know that the conversation is ongoing and they can come to you with questions or concerns at any time. You want to allow them that safe space. You want to create that safe space. You want to allow them to be able to come to you anytime with any questions that they may have, because that may be the difference between them making a bad decision and a good decision, a poor decision and a good decision. Like I say, if y'all can screen record this, but if y'all want any help, if y'all need any steps, if you a parent, if you got teenagers that's going through puberty, if you got a teenager that's already sexually active, if you yourself need to practice more discipline, if you have a spouse or a husband or a wife or uncle, whatever, that needs to get they act together, right now y'all can get the book you can get it with free shipping. I got it pinned at the bottom, y'all, but currently the first 50 people, you'll receive a free ebook and free shipping on your orders, but it's only for the first 50 people. Y'all can click the link in the bio, or y'all can just leave this video right now and go ahead and hit the button at the top, the profile picture at the top, and go grab your copy up off of the website. Like I say, first 50 copies are free. You feel me? And so I'm gonna show y'all something. There are actually sections in the book that y'all can take and write y'all notes. So whatever you gather from actually reading, you can sit down and read this with your child or your husband or whoever. So once y'all finish reading whatever y'all read and y'all come to a consensus, y'all might be like, you know what? I want to take some notes. I want to write my thoughts out. You can actually do that in the book. You can take your time and read and list out different things. So for example, let's go to the first chapter. Let's go to the first chapter. Let's go to the first chapter, y'all. So boom. Let's say we're talking about shadow work or shadow boxing, right? So I ain't gonna go through the whole spiel, but the 7 steps to shadow work, right? Acknowledgement, reflection, realization, discovery, meditation, breathing, and healing, right? So let's say you're in the acknowledgement stage. You're in the acknowledgement stage. That means you're in the stage where you're starting to realize and accept whatever happened to you did indeed happen. So you can really skip past this page. You can skip past that page. Boom, you got notes right here. So you can decide, okay, you know what? I want to make some notes. I want to document my journey. I want to figure out what it is that caused me to be this way. I can put, molested at the age of 8, or something happened to me. I was exposed to porn at the age of 10, right? Or somebody touched me when I was 5 years old. You can literally sit right here and go through. You can document your process and take your own notes and sit right here and go and work through your own problems. So you don't gotta wait until you finish reading the book to start working through your problems. You can be reading, and in the midst of reading, once you finish with this chapter, you can start to document your process. Boom, 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 boom. And you can start to realize, okay, boom, this is why I act this way. This is why I act that way. Or this is what makes me tick. So we got actual notes included in here to help you work through whatever it is that you got to work through. And you can take notes. So you can sit down with your child, your husband, your wife, and be like, you know what? Yeah, I do that. But I wonder why. Oh, boom, this is why. Because this happened to me when I was 7 years old. Or this happened. Or the reason why you do this is because of this. Right? That's one dope thing that we included in the book. So at the end of every chapter, we have those pages for those notes that you may want to take. So don't worry about keeping the book pretty. If you want to get you a pen and you want to read with your pen, you want to just take your notes, you're 100% welcome to do that. Like I say, y'all can go and grab y'all copy off of ghostlonereads.com. It's pinned at the bottom. The first 50 people get a free ebook and free shipping. What's some other dope shit I want to show y'all? So as a matter of fact, let me go through the chapters with y'all. We're going to go through the chapters real quick. So I don't know if I can see that or not. Oh, one dope thing about it too is you got a QR code in here. So this QR code will take y'all to the website. Also, when you order a book, a physical copy, well, ebooks too, but when you order a book, this QR code is in the physical book and the ebook. This gives you 25% off my next book. So if you get that, you support me on that. Let's say I drop my next book in 2025, right? Because you have this book, you already got 25% off the next book, right? But let's go through a few of the topics we talk about in here. So a few of the topics is self-mastery, shadow boxing, or AKA shadow work, investing in yourself, personal accountability. I ain't gonna lie, I can't read that, y'all. What does that say? Oh, what goes in, what comes out. So like that chapter is basically surrounding, when I talk about what goes in, what comes out, I'm talking about like whatever you fill your mind with, whatever you continuously consume. So whether that's porn, whether that's women, whether that's money, whether that's sex, whether that's drugs, whatever you put into your mind is going to constantly come out. So if you're a person who struggles with being sexually disciplined and you're constantly watching porn, you're constantly watching women on the internet shake their ass, you're never going to get over it. You're never going to become sexually disciplined because all you fill your mind with is sex, sex, sex all day long. You get what I'm saying? So we talk about that. We talk about intentionality. It's a chapter in here about creep energy. That chapter is for my weirdos. It's not funny, but that chapter's for my weirdos. Any ladies in here, drop a 1. For my ladies, how many of y'all have been in public at the store or whatever? Guy comes up to you, tries to talk to you. You tell him no, and he gets upset and calls you out of your name. If you've experienced that, if you're a woman in here and you've experienced that, drop a 1. Oh, you stupid B. What? Like, you ain't that fine anyway. If you experience that, drop a 1. Oh, shit. What is that? I thought I heard a noise, y'all. Ladies, I know y'all, like, come on now. Yeah, I know y'all done experienced that. If you experience a weirdo, creep weirdo dude like that, drop a 1. And if y'all not dropping 1s, I know y'all lying. Because I feel like every woman done experienced a dude trying to shoot their shot. She told him no, and he want to get mad. As a matter of fact, let's jump to the chapter. We ain't even gotta wait. I said I wasn't gonna be in here that long, but we can talk about it real quick. I got a little time. Let's jump to it. Give me a second, y'all. Pressing acceptance, tensions, boom, boom. Boom, here we go. All right, look. What's the first line? Okay, so I said, I say quit watching porn. And when I say quit watching porn, I want to be clear. I don't mean quit watching porn overall. I believe in balance, right? So I just feel like if you're a person who struggles with being disciplined, then for this time being, it's not your season to be watching porn, bro. You might want to get control over that first and then watch your porn. I'm never going to tell no grown person what to do and what not to do. I'm just saying, if you're a person who struggles with this, you might want to just chill for a minute, man. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, quit watching porn. So they say, not only does porn create unrealistic desires and assumptions about sex, but it also puts you in a low vibrational frequency. When you walk around constantly thinking about sex all day, it becomes difficult to genuinely connect with women, right? You start to fantasize about them and see them only as sex dolls. Depending on the amount of consumption, you may become desensitized and struggle to become aroused with real sex with actual women. Remember, a lot of porn is acting, it's fabricated. These people are professional adult film actors. It doesn't take long before you start to incorporate reality with something that's merely for entertainment purposes, right? So I got a few tips in here. So an overindulgence of porn will literally start to manifest itself in all aspects of your life. when you're working at school or at the gym. So I'm glad I read that, right? Boom. So I say when you're working at school or at the gym, and I'm not. First of all, I'm gonna say this. I've been there. I'm not judging nobody because I've been there. I've been that dude. I ain't never been like no on no weirdo shit. I'm just saying like I've been that dude who be like, damn, you at the gym and you see her doing her squats. I'm like, God damn, like you feel me? There's nothing wrong with that, but when you just start to act on it, like you can't even focus on getting your workout done because you so overly consumed with sex. It's like, yeah, that's a no go. And it's even more of a violation if you choose to act upon it and then get mad when she doesn't reciprocate the energy. Bro, she's working out. She don't want to get hit on right now. She don't want to get hit on right now. She's trying to get her body together. You understand? She's trying to get her body right. She's trying to get her stomach right, her glutes right, whatever, right? She don't want to be hit on right now, right? I say school or work. So a little quick story time, y'all. It was a dude I used to work with who would literally like go in the bathroom and take care of himself because he'll see like I used to work at a warehouse, not a warehouse. I used to work at a security company. We would check truck drivers in. If he seen like a fine woman, he would have to literally go and get himself together in the bathroom. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. That's that creep shit. That's weird. You at work, bro. You trying to make money. You should not be masturbating in the bathroom. That's not okay. That's not okay. That is not okay, y'all. Someone put this down, right? You say that's why I don't go home. I don't go to the gym and work out. I work out at home. Facts. That's facts. I said the overconsumption of porn ultimately makes it much more difficult to control your sexual cravings because you are constantly daydreaming about it. That goes hand in hand with what I just said. You may get bored or turned off easily with sex because you've been watching porn stars jumping off the dresser doing WWE moves on porn sites. Now you think that's how sex is actually supposed to be. Okay, ladies, for my ladies, drop a one. How many of y'all have been with a guy and he was over like, he wanted you to do like some amazing shit he's seen on the porn site. Yeah, baby, I want you to do this. I want you to do that. Like, and you be looking like him like, huh? Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? That's not real life. Bro, that's not real life. That's a joke. Like, if you ever heard the term jumping off the dresser, that's what I mean. Like, that might be a southern thing. We say that down here. Yeah, I'm about to jump off the dresser on you tonight, baby. You know what I'm saying? That's some stuff. That's something we say in the South. Facts, right? Exactly. So that's what I'm talking about. But like I say, especially like typically most men, most boys, they'll start watching porn at an early age. So imagine you continuously doing that into your adulthood. You're gonna have some very off-putting fantasies about what sex is like. I'm not saying you don't want to live out your fantasies, but you have to, like I say, back to consent. That's going back to consent. You have to get consent first. You have to know that, like, she has to be on the same type of time you on. You don't just come in bulldogging out the gate. No, that's not how you do that. You want to get consent first. You want to make sure, okay, cool. What are you into? So that way we can have a level playing field. I'm not coming in on this level and you down here. You get what I'm saying? LaShondra, you say, is that where they get spitting from? That's not. I don't know where they get. They probably do. I don't know. So I'm gonna give y'all this quick one real quick, y'all. So I got in here reality check. Every woman does not want to sleep with you. I don't care how fine you think you are. You're not everybody's type. Be mindful that women get approached 24/7. Sometimes they just want to be able to shop or whatever it is in peace, right? Without being harassed. If you are going to approach her, at least be respectful. Even if she turns you down, make her feel uplifted by the conversation, not regretful, and never insult her. Never insult her. That go back to what I just said, y'all. So you have those guys who will approach you, and just because you don't feel like being, first of all, they'll approach you in a messed up way, like, hey, what's up, shawty? Yo, you fine as hell, da 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 da. Like you look good, you bad. Like, damn, you gotta. You see what I'm saying? They don't approach you with respect. But not only do they not approach you with respect, but after they approach you, and you decide to say, you know what, I'm not feeling you, I don't want to give you my number, they have the nerve to insult you. That's whack, y'all. That's weird. That's weird. Just being real. That's weird. I'm gonna give y'all one more. I'm gonna get up off here. What you allow to enter your mind and what you speak shapes your reality. This world and media are working overtime to. Well, first of all, let me give some context. This section right here, y'all, is about self-love. I think a lot of times men will how can I put this? Men will allow themselves to be subdued by certain women or disrespected by certain women because they don't love themselves. They'll go above and beyond to get some sex from somebody, and that woman can just treat them any kind of way, and they'll go for it because they so desperate. This is where self-love comes in. What you allow to enter your mind and what you speak shapes your reality. This world and media are working overtime to tear you down every chance it gets. Sometimes even family and friends seek to influence your life experience. This is why it is imperative that you work on yourself 3 times as hard. Pour back into yourself. When you're feeling depleted, speak daily affirmations. One of the most substantial reasons we prostitute ourselves away so freely is because we lack self-love. I'm gonna read that again. One of the most substantial reasons we prostitute ourselves away so easily is because we lack self-love. That's a major one. A lot of guys lack self-love. You don't love yourself, bro. That's why you let that woman treat you like that. That's why you still in that same relationship 5 years later that does not serve you. That's why you let that woman to put her hands on you, because you do not love yourself. If anybody puts you in a position to where if they don't respect, they're not respecting your amount. Excuse me. I talk fast, y'all. You gotta excuse me. If you are in a position to where that person is not respecting your boundaries, you don't love yourself, bro. And you're allowing them to constantly overstep those, you lack self-love, bro. If you are going out of your way and not completing your own goals to do something for somebody else, you lack self-love. And I've been there. I'm not coming down to you. I've definitely been there. If you can't complete your goals that you set for yourself, you lack self-love. Because you making promises to yourself, but you won't keep them. But you do everything for everybody else. You lack self-love. Right? Not in this live. It's just women here. Okay. Anyway, but like I say we give anybody access to our most valuable and vulnerable treasures. You must be your number one fan and biggest cheerleader. Sit down and think about the things you love about yourself. Look in the mirror and affirm yourself out loud. Sometimes we need to hear uplifting words. If you can't think of anything to say, go to YouTube and research daily affirmations for men. To start, you will eventually come up with your own daily affirmations. When you build your vibrations up, you won't even allow certain energies around you. At the very least, you have the ability to discern who you should exchange energy with. That's it, y'all. I ain't gonna get out no more, but I do want to elaborate on that one part. I said when you build up your vibrations, you won't allow certain energies to come around you. That's very crucial, because when you at a certain frequency, a certain level, you'll start to peep certain people around you. You'll be like, you know what? I ain't even finna waste my time with them because they're not on what I'm on. You'll start to be able to read through energy. Like, hey, that person don't love themselves. That person's a people pleaser. That person, I'm not saying nothing bad about them, because I've been there. But Latina Mama, you said, tell us your views on boys. What do you mean by that? Can you elaborate on that? What do you mean by my views on boys? And I can answer that for you before we get up off here. Was Was that directed to me? Yeah, explain what you mean by that. My bad, y'all. Okay. What you? Hold on, I was going too fast. What do you think? What are their experience? What are their experience with sex? Okay, so you saying how young do I start a conversation with boys? So my son is 4. I started the conversation with him the first time he asked me where babies come from. So he was 3 years old. When he was 3, he asked me where babies came from, and I told him. I kept it real with him. So that's how young I started. But like, so I do have a section in here that tells you when to start, but it's not like a surefire way to start. I started at that age because I knew what happened to me at 2 years old. I was molested at 2. So like my son, even though he can't physically like stop a grown person from overpowering him, I started him at 3. So that's just my personal one. But if you got young sons, it's really up to your discernment. You have to kind of take into consideration their age and how mature they are, their level of understanding, and what you're comfortable with. But I would suggest this. This is just my personal opinion. I would suggest starting before they can be influenced by the outside world. Because nowadays, children, this phone that y'all watching me on right now is called a smartphone. They can Google and look up anything they want. Also, sexual content and explicit content is being pushed to younger and younger generations at an expedited rate. When we was coming up, I was born in the 90s. When we was coming up, we didn't have these. We had TV, we had computers, but we didn't have smartphones. We didn't have a little mini computer in our hands that we can find anything we wanted. So, matter of fact, I got it in a book. But like I said, y'all, we didn't have many computers in our hands that we can go and look up whatever we wanted. We can pick our poison and just exactly. Kid shows. I've seen kid shows that, and I'm not knocking nobody, but I've seen kid shows that have 2 moms and 2 dads. I've seen kid shows where the characters was kissing and hunching. Like, as a matter of fact, now that I look back, I don't know. Some of y'all are probably older than me, but if drop a 1. If y'all remember a show called Ren and Stimpy, if y'all remember that show, drop a 1. Because I just realized something about that show that I used to watch when I was growing up. It was just not right. But the show was called Ren and Stimpy. So drop a 1 if you remember that show. Anyway, y'all. So about that show was very inappropriate. There was a lot of sexual innuendos in that show that I should not have been watching as a young child. And that's the prime example I'm trying to make. There are shows, movies, cartoons, social media content, YouTubes. I was on the my son was watching YouTube the other day, yesterday, as a matter of fact. And he was watching this little YouTube short, and it was like, kick the baby, don't kick the goddamn baby, right? But they just cussing on her. It's like it's for kids though. They just cussing on them. So like I say, like kids are being targeted by these type of I don't know, these weirdos, man. Yeah, Rick and Morty. excuse me, Cartoon Network, and we don't even got cable in my house. We don't got no cable in my house. But they're being targeted younger and younger. They're being targeted younger and younger. So that's why I say parenting is a competition, whether we want to believe it or not. So you have to be the primary influencer in your child's life. You have to influence your child for one, two things. You want to get to them earlier, and you want to be more consistent than everything else that's trying to pull their attention away from you. That's the biggest thing. So if your children are in public school, you want to be able to be more influential than their teachers. You want to be more influential than their peers, their friends. You want to be more influential than the TV shows they watch. You want to be more influential than the YouTube, than the Instagram, than the TikTok, all of that. And think about how much time our children spend on Instagram and TikTok. Think about how much time they spend at school. You even gotta assess your own family. If you got little nephews and little nieces, if you got little cousins that's around your child's age, you don't know what they're experiencing in their household, in their respective households. So your little cousin could have heard mommy and daddy hunching last night. And now you take your child over there to go play with little Johnny, and little Johnny saying, oh yeah, I know about this and I know about that. And then your child bring that back home. Now your child come home having some weird things. Like, have y'all ever experienced your child just, I don't know, they just did something out of the blue. They might have tried to kiss you in the mouth with their tongue sticking out because they seen it on TV or somebody exposed them to it. It's not their fault. They don't know no better. They go and watch I don't know, the Notebook or something, and they see two characters on TV because, children gonna act out what they see. They see two people on camera, tongue kissing, and now they come back to you like, mommy, huh? Yeah. They're being influenced by everything around them, everything that they see. So that's why I ain't gonna go too deep on it, y'all. But I will say this. I got a section here that's specifically geared towards parenting. It says, if y'all can read that, I'll turn the camera around for y'all right quick. What does that say? Parental advice. Parental advice. Right? Oh, shit. I'm going to read out of here real quick. I'm going to read this chapter, then I'm going to hop off here, y'all. I say sons, but it's really geared to anybody, right? If you have young sons, teach them this early. Control the narrative before someone else does. Control the narrative before someone else does. It's up to you on how early you start. I would suggest starting before the outside entities can influence your children. I was molested at the age of 2 and exposed to porn at the age of 8. That was in the early 90s. And with same thing I just told y'all, right? This is the same exact thing I just told y'all. I said I was exposed to porn. I was exposed to porn at the age of 8. And that was in the early 90s. With technology being so advanced, kids are being exposed to sex at a much more expedited rate through the internet, YouTube, and social media, and other children that go to school with your child. Even your nieces and nephews can expose your child to sex out of curiosity. Monitor who your children hang around and what your children are watching, even if it looks harmless. Predators often target children through subliminal messaging in their favorite cartoon shows. I just told y'all that. Ain't that what I just said? It's all right here. Parental advice. I just told y'all that. And we know it. A lot of us know it. We know what be going on. I also go deeper. I say ask your children if anyone has ever tried to touch them. Oh, I'm sorry. Ask your children if anyone has ever tried to touch them inappropriately or their private parts, other than mommy and daddy. Assure them that it's always a safe space to come talk to you. I say don't use code names for their private parts, as it may confuse them. If they ever have to tell an adult that someone did attempt to touch them. So what I mean by that is, don't use code names like the word cookie. He touched your cookie because let's say you got a little girl. If someone, and Lord forbid, but if someone was to touch your daughter, your young daughter, and you say, oh, cookie, she's going to repeat cookie. So now the adults don't know what you're talking about. He touched my cookie. Your cookie? What do you mean, sweetheart? Your cookie? No, you want to say vagina. You don't want to sugarcoat anything with them. You want to say vagina. Because cookie can mean something else. You get what I'm saying? But like I say, y'all, that's it for me. I'm about to get off here. Like I say, click the link in the bio and grab your copy. All physical copies, when you get a physical copy, you will get an ebook for free and the shipping is free, right? I'm going to say it again. When you get a physical copy, you get a free ebook and free shipping. Leave this live, click the link in the bio. If you see value in it, if you got young children, if you're a parent, if you don't know how to talk about sex with your children, leave the live, click the link in the bio, ghostfromreads.com, grab you a physical copy. You're going to get free shipping and free ebook. I hope everybody who joined the live has an amazing day. What's today? Today Friday? Today Friday? Yeah, Friday. Okay. I hope everybody has an amazing Friday. And I'm going to see y'all later. Peace.